This is the witch's manor, the first to become the Demon King's mystery. At this moment, the spirit talisman has already been defeated by the Shikigami. However, there is a happy face on her face. However, the chicken feet on the ground seem to suddenly have life. Stabbed into the spirit talisman's little head. The spirit talisman was tortured to death. Then, the spirit talisman's expression became strange due to the void energy. With a painful scream, the chicken feet suddenly stopped. Then, like a rat's foot, it explored the spirit talisman's body. This strange scene was also seen for the first time by the gods. The ordinary chicken feet slowly moved in the spirit talisman's mouth. When it was completely devoured, the spirit talisman's eyes became empty. It seemed to be dominated by an unresistible force. Then, 2 dragons appeared in the spirit talisman's body. They kept flying in the sky. At this moment, the sky suddenly changed color. The 2 dragons seemed to have life and stared at the spirit talisman. The next second, the chicken feet rushed down. The Shikigami wanted to stop it, but it couldn't get close. The giant dragon surrounded the spirit talisman and swallowed it. The Shikigami on the fast-spinning ring couldn't open its eyes at all. When it calmed down. A strange sphere appeared in front of the Shikigami's eyes. The sphere with a heartbeat seemed to be the egg of a certain creature. After a short moment, a figure ripped the sphere out of it. This scene was also seen for the first time by the gods. The next second, the Shikigami suddenly retreated. At that moment he saw the future. No, this is exactly his future. It's the first time he can't see the future, so he's shaking. At this moment, a monster disguised as a creature stood in front of the Shikigami. The demon gradually gained flesh. The Shikigami was stunned. This scene made Hilda sit on the floor with her legs paralyzed and cry. The most terrible thing is that she didn't know what the hell was coming. The oppressive force brought by Bosun dominated the scene. This oppressive force even made the Shikigami dare not act rashly. Bosun didn't know why he was here all of a sudden. But now he has only one thought. That is, he wants to use this power to tear everyone here apart. The sky has turned bloody. All the gods are gathering together. The Shikigami was stunned. The arrival of a man made the head of the god of war, Ares, suddenly let go. Under the terrible pressure, the alliance gave this man a position. The man is not someone else. It's the famous King Hades. He heard that his brother Poseidon was defeated, so he rushed over. And only he knew what the monster under his feet was. In various myths, the world is divided into 3 layers. The heavenly realm where the gods and souls are located is called Valhalla. The earthly realm where humans and creatures live is called Midgard. And the most terrible thing is that it is called the Netherworld, a world where monsters and devils are rampant, the seabed realm. Legend has it that at the intersection of light and shadow, the day when the eternal darkness was born at the corner of the Ming residence, a devil was born. That's the 6th devil king Bosun. But why did the god of the heavenly realm become the legendary Bosun? Hades didn't know this yet. Bosun tried to move his own body. He was going to end the battle in an instant, only to see him look like a light blow. But let the Shikigami holding 6 sticks fall like a mountain. Bosun didn't expect the Shikigami to be able to block this blow. The attack, which the 2 claimed to be factors, had already begun. This was the first time Hilda was worried about the Shikigami. He couldn't see the future. There was no light on Bosun's body. He was completely dark. In other words, the Shikigami could see the future. To be precise, it was to see the waves of the soul. When a person wants to take a certain action, the consciousness of the soul will move earlier than the body. And what the Shikigami saw was the light of that consciousness of the soul. So he could foresee the future. In other words, facing the lightless Bosun's soul, the Shikigami was like a blind man at this moment. The Shikigami compressed his own muscles, and the Fuyao in his hand also slipped away from the body. Just like this, a new weapon, a double-edged sword, appeared in the Shikigami's hand. The Shikigami's sword turned 6 times again. Next was the clash between the Hilda and the fast sword. The Shikigami had a fierce confrontation with the Hildi. It looked like they were evenly matched. However, the Shikigami who had the future had already seen through the bottom of the Hilde. Even though the Fuyao's attack was strong, it could only touch the Shikigami's shadow. The Shikigami then used a counterblow like Jifeng Shunmei and directly scratched the chest of the Hilda. As a result, the Hilda became even more paralyzed. Its misfortune continued to increase. The Fuyao in his hand also made a loud heartbeat. The next second, the Fuyao, like a blooming flower, rushed back to the Shikigami with a double-edged sword. The Shikigami turned 6 times again. The extremely hard Jinggang sword smashed the Shikigami. The Shikigami launched a chase around the Shikigami. Just when the Shikigami was about to attack the audience, the Shikigami smashed it again. At this time, the human audience discovered one thing. There was a special fragrance on the Shikigami's body. On the other side, the Shikigami kept pushing forward with its exquisite swordsmanship. Soon, it came to the eyes of the Hilda. The Fuyao's crazy storm was overshadowed by the Shikigami's wonderful breakthrough. This wonderful battle brought everyone's attention to the winner, the Shikigami. In their eyes, the Hilda was always the isolated one, never changed. Extreme seeds sprouted. This most threatening blow was also eased by the Shikigami. In a blink of an eye, the Shikigami even wanted to transform into the Hilda. If not for so many people kneeling down to the Shikigami, I don't know if it was an illusion, but the Shikigami seemed to see its own face. At this moment, the Shikigami couldn't stay still. It was like a 3-year-old baby. At this moment, it just wanted to be loved by everyone like the Shikigami. The audience couldn't believe their eyes. They could only see that the Fuyao in the Shikigami's hand was disappearing. The Hilda was also gone. The Shikigami just stood in front of the Shikigami. Such a great expression left the Shikigami speechless. It was ready to start a passionate battle with the Shikigami. It put on the coat of arms of the so-called human and God, and was honest with each other. At this moment, the Shikigami was saved. This time, the Shikigami used all of its power to push the Hilda down. In the arena, it sounded the cry of the human. The Hilda lying on the ground began to evaporate. Hilda understood that this innocent boy was the real Shikigami. The Shikigami bathed in the light of the Shikigami. At this moment, the Shikigami felt that he was the happiest person. However, I will believe it again. The things I wanted to do, the people I wanted to make happy, so that I can love myself. Good. Let's go. Stop.